How's it going, my Comic Chat Army? We're here today with Kevin Roditeli, the creator of Freak Snow. How you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing good, dude. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a
Yeah,
pleasure,
man,
dude.
it's been a long time coming. We got if people picked up the book and they know me,
Yep.
we got a quote on the back, guys,
Hell yeah, dude.
right there.
Fucking lit. Boom.
That's awesome. Thank you for that, man. It was a
It's a
pleasure giving you a
pleasure.
quote.
Yeah, and we have a second print coming up that's gonna be for Burning Novels and all the bookstores. So yeah, your channel gonna be in more stores and just not in because that one was just released in comic book stores, and we're doing a second print for bookstores. So yeah, more people are gonna grab this shit with you on it, dude.
I, I can't thank you enough. I appreciate that.
It's a
So,
pleasure, man.
I absolutely love the John Wick homage that you did on the cover.
Man, I did not realize that was actually a John Wick poster that we did. You're the first saying that to me, but now I see the poster, dude. So yeah, I gotta say that. I gotta say it's a John Wick homage. But yeah, it's fucking lit,
Yeah,
dude.
that's awesome. I'm the first person to say that.
Yeah, man, it was not even intentional. But you're right, man. There's a John Wick poster that's pretty much the same composition. So that's cool because I love John Wick. So that's a compliment, I guess.
Yeah. So for everybody at home that doesn't know you or the book,
Yeah.
tell us what's the elevator pitch for Freaks Now?
So for Freaks No Wash in Blood, it's it can be complicated. So we'll make it simple. It's it's a kid that is it's a frozen wasteland. We follow a kid that is the son of a cult leader, and that cult leader is the voice of the god of guns. And the god of guns asked to the father to actually kill, comic mastercide of all the cult, and everyone killed themselves except the kid because this god of guns also said to the kid, "Don't kill yourself because you are the messiah of that frozen wasteland." So we follow this kid on the quest to find why and who he is in this wasteland. So yeah, that's the fucking god. She is really a big motherfucker. And the weird guy at the bottom is the father of the kid. So yeah, we follow this kid in a coming of age story that he finds his path through this wasteland while airing this god. So if you love post-apocalyptic shit, you're gonna love that. Or A24's movies, all those weird indie flick. I'm a huge movie guy, so all my inspiration was more movies than comics for this book, and I think it's Phil and all we did build the book. It doesn't have like a really a normal comic book storytelling way. We did really build it like a movie, and that's intentional. We really wanted this a pacing of a movie more than the comics, and that's something we tried to achieve, and I think we did not bad with it.
Right. I think you did a good job.
Thank, dude.
People can get this in any comic book shop around the
Yeah.
world, or
Yeah. Any comic book shop, we are distributed by Diamond and Simon Schuster's. So pretty much every stores that you go to or your local comic book store, you can ask for and on the internet. And we have a second Freak Snow series right now getting distributed in issue format this time. So the three first are out now, and we have number 4 next month released in our comic book shop as well. Different characters, different stories, but still set in the Freak Snow universe.
nice. So give us the pitch on the 4 you just showed us.
Yeah, this one we follow Barney, which is a psychedelic addict. This guy may take a lot of drugs, and he is surviving in this wasteland, but while he is super high. So it's like Free Loaded in Las Vegas meet Tarantino at the same time of being in a post-apocalyptic story, So and that guy, when he take this drug, there is 2 imaginary friends that pop out. Broke like an old robot toy from the 70s that looked like a GoBot type of shit, and a broken can of beer, for example. That's from last night. You got that shit right there, So,
Right.
so and he is trying to find his family because he lost his family in the wasteland. And of course, those 2 friends are not really friends. They are motherfuckers that want him to do a lot of drugs because they can just chill with him when he is high. So he's fighting addiction. And it's a super personal story at the same time because it's talking about addiction. And I did not want to talk about addiction in a way that gratified it. So we see a lot of stories in movies and comics and stuff like that drugs are cool.
Yeah.
And but drugs are not cool, dude. We all lost friends, or actually friends that are in trouble, family members. And this book is dedicated to someone close to me that actually, uh, pretty much lost his life through drugs. So it's someone trying to get out of drugs, while everything around him, bring him back into it. And so our main hero is not a hero. It's someone that lost everything and trying to find a way to get back on it, to get his life back. And that was something important for me. And at the same time, same thing for the first Freak Snow book. I always try for Freak Snow. It's something we were trying to do. It's to take stuff that other story might throw you at your face that it is cool. For the first one, we are talking about guns and guns right and shit like that. And in this one, it's drugs. So we always try to take something that glorify normally in fiction. And in our fiction is actually the problem of those characters, because in real life they are most of the time problems, But
Yeah.
I know guns is something that we can have a debate on that, because I'm Canadian and I've never seen a fucking gun in my life. So maybe the problem looks bigger for me, but than Americans most of the time. But yeah, guns and drugs, and we are working on a third ones that we're still writing it, so I don't know where it's gonna go, because it's always there are books with full of improvisation while we are making them, since all my inspiration are all filmmakers. Most of the time when I write, it's like if I was on the editing table, so there is some page that we cut at the end of the process, or we had page, we changed the orders, we decide to delete panels at the last minute. So the process of those books, and that's not all the books that I do because I'm working on other stuff, but the Freak Snow series are really experimental in the way that we write it, and we want to create the feels of the characters. The first book was a schizophrenic kid, pretty much, that heard the voice of a god, and that one is someone that hear voice with purpose because he take drugs, and really want to create that feeling with the lettering, for example, or just the way that the story is done. It's super chaotic, and that's something that we really want to achieve. And they are experimental book at the same time, so it's not a typical type of comics that you normally read. I think that we're doing this shit.
I mean, that's awesome that you're tackling real issues and things that movies and the world glorifies.
Yeah, I think that especially mainstream stuff, I think it's kind of weird. We live in an absurd reality in some way. What we are getting thrown by mainstream studios, for example, are all, well, it makes sense at the same time, because when we watch a movie, we just want to have, most of the time, just pull off the brain
Yeah.
and just relax and watch something. So it makes sense that most of the mainstream stuff are just guys shooting guns and taking drugs and shit like that, because it's fun looking at people doing shit that we could not do as human beings, because there will be consequence in the real life if we do it. But at the same time, it's fascinating that it's actually all we decompress as human beings, actually seeing shit that we cannot do, and there is kind of an excitation that we are getting from that, of seeing other people doing shit that we will not do because we know the consequence. But at the same time, there is this excitation. For example, horror movies is the best example. When you watch an horror film, why you watch it? Because you want to see all the murders.
Yeah.
And there is something really weird, because in real life, for example, you see a murder scenes that drop out on social media, someone getting shot, and we already saw that online, someone getting shot, someone bleeding to death on the floor. We are horrified by that scene. We all feel something weird inside. But when it's in the movie, you're gonna probably laugh,
Yeah.
And there is something weird about fiction and reality, that human kind of this faculty to disconnect, but at the same time, it's a projection of real life. So it's I'm passionate about that in some way, I guess.
Wow. I guess in the words of 2021, Kevin, you are woke.
I guess I ain't that, but I guess, dude.
I would love to see you tackle celebrity worshiping.
Oh, it's something I have. I have a pitch, something I want to work on. Not really pitch because I publish my own shit. That sounds fucking brag. I'm sorry. But I mean, it's something that I have. Like I have plenty of stuff that I want to develop in just more time because now we at the Image we are working on video games. We publish. Well, it's not really. I know it's not the term in music, but we release CD and vinyls and cassette as well of some bands. We're working on some movies. We really like right now. Going in all fields. Rob, my partner that does the art on Freak Snow, is working on board games as well. So we are on so many stuff because we are expanding the brand right now because we don't want to rely on one industry because we have seen it in the COVID-19 situation when Diamond did shut down. Well, we were 3 months with just online sales, but Diamonds was like most of our sales are from distributors, Diamonds and Simon Schuster's, which is normal. That's where the readers go more than actually online stores. So we don't want to rely just on that, and that's why we have been spreading. And one industry that we are really working on, because that's my field. We all have like our field that we're developing on our side. I'm working a lot on video games right now, and video games will never close because most of the customers are buying it on Steam, and digital platforms, PlayStation Network or Xbox. Physical is pretty much dead. Instead of comics, and I'm the first. I want to read it in print.
Yep.
I hate reading digital. I just can't focus on that.
I agree.
Personally.
There's just something about having the book and the smell and touching it and everything about physical media it's amazing. It's hard to read. Like you said, it's hard to read digital.
Yeah, I can focus. I have like the attention of a fucking fish, so it's impossible for me. But yeah, for video games, it's not required, to buy the physical need because the experience is already virtual. So it's something we've been working on, and for me, it's always been a dream. I remember when I was a kid, like at 10 or 12 years old, a T-shirt that has like "Draw what will be your dream," and at that time, my dream did change since, but it's kind of cool to go back to that. It was actually I did draw myself on the stage at E3, presenting a game. And I'm someone really push and want everyone to do their dream because life is fucking short. And there's something, man, that I hate seeing people losing time when they have like a dream sleeping inside of them or just passion. And I know they got the talent for. And there is something in me that just make me frustrated, and I just want to push those person because it's, man, I think, when you're a kid, you don't realize and you believe that everyone live at 100 years old,
Yeah.
And when you get in your early 20s, you start understanding that life is fucking short because now years are like the span of a month, and you see your friends getting kids, you see some of your friends that could die or family members dying. It could be yourself. Like tomorrow I could die,
Yeah.
And it's kind of something I did more realized in the past years. Well, I'm 24, so it makes sense, but it's something that life is so fucking short, and I don't feel that I will have time to do everything that I want to do, and I think it's the same for everyone. So I don't want to lose time going to doing shit I don't like or shit I'm not passionate about. So that's maybe a problem at the same time because I switched project like that. I did Freak Snow. Now next, okay, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do video game. Okay, now I'm gonna be a filmmaker because that's my ultimate dream. I can't wait to direct my first movie. I'm right now writing scripts for it, and I'm not someone I want to wait. So I will not wait for a producing company to come and say, hey, we want to do your script. I will find a funding and go to every doors. I'm that fucking psycho. But but it's just like I don't want to. I'm not wasting time. I'm just having fun, and I want to continue to have fun. So I don't want to fucking remember what was your question.
No, go ahead. I mean, I love my energy, man. The title of this video is gonna be "I publish my own shit."
I publish my own shit. That's pretty much it, and I have so much fun working on that, and that's the point. It's myself into a book, and the one that you got in your hand is the same thing. It's about myself, and because so for me, writing is kind of therapeutic. I don't see the point of writing something that doesn't bring something to yourself or just don't make you grow, because writing is actually you're speaking to your that's cool. Custis did something really badass with that. for me, writing is a way to express myself. I'm not someone talk, when you have a conversation with me, even with girlfriends that have been for years, for example, I'm not someone who will talk about my feelings. I'm not able to express my feelings one-on-one in conversation like that. I just keep everything inside. And for me, writing, since I'm like, when I write, of course, I'm alone with my computer, so I'm talking to myself. And it's kind of it's weird, but at the same time, it's the only way that I can express my feelings. And all I need to, everything I need to get out of myself, I can put it on my Google Doc, and after put it in my book. But I'm sharing my thoughts and my feelings. That's why this book, for example, you have in your hands, it has so many like kind of thoughts and ideas into it. It's talking about my perception on religion and faith, my perception on guns, my perception on love, fatherhood and motherhood, stepbrothers and stuff like that. There is I probably tackle something on every page. And it's a mess because it's just it's my towel. But for me, it's my way to express myself. And I could not write something that just like a story of a good guy and a bad guy that punched the other guy. For me, it's and I know there is some writers that do it great and they're good at that, and that's cool because come back to the mainstream entertainment I was talking, that just like it's something that you unplug your brain and you enjoy, and that's something required in your life as well, because you don't. I'm someone I love artsy shit and complicated movies and shit like that, but could I watch a movie like that every day? Fuck no. I will kill myself, I love my stupid entertainment as well. But for me as a writer, it's not something I'm able, because at the moment I touch my computer, I just get deep in my emotion because I keep everything inside, as a human normally. And it's kind of, I don't know, there is something, a brain connection that happened that I'm just like, okay, I need to spit that out. If not, I will not be as happy as you see me right now. I guess I was not writing because everything will be inside, and I will just be like, oh, let's go kill ourselves, like my characters. But yeah, that's for me a way to express, and I think that's why those books are so weird, I guess.
All right. So you said you publish your own shit. What does that mean? You don't use Kickstarter, Indiegogo, or any of that? You fund it all out of pocket?
Yeah, basically, I got my own imprint at Behemoth. That is Happy Tank. Happy Tank is my own publishing imprint. For example, Skybound at Image Comics. Happy Tank is kind of the Skybound of Behemoth. So yeah, this little logo right here. It's reverse, but whatever. Probably. No, it's not on the first one. So Behemoth is the main publisher. It's kind of the Image, and we are Happy Tank, which is the imprint. But yeah, this first one, it's not on the book because they actually published it this once before I opened my own imprint with them. After we just like become best buddies, me and the guy at Behemoth, and I'm like, I was going to start my own publishing company, so do you want me to be an imprint? We said yes, and now we are collaborating on freaking everything, like I said, publishing video game, making record label and stuff like that. But yeah, for me it was important. That's something I always wanted. I want to be independent as fuck, there is no other way to describe it, because I don't want someone that will say to me, you cannot do that, or you cannot produce that, you cannot publish that. That's the problem that traders has, and that will be if I was not publishing my own. Is if no one like your pitch when you pitch to publishers, well, the project is not happening. Or you go to Kickstarters, you get just a few grand to pay the printing, and maybe you're gonna even be not making money because you just lost everything on the shipping, which I think we all done with Kickstarter shit.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was important to build a relationship with a publisher and have my own imprint and have the rights to publish all the thing I want when I want, and release what I want when I want,
Okay.
Because I'm also publishing, other books, for example. Well, give me a second. So that's our biggest hit so far as an imprint, MFKZ. We did sell 40,000 copies of the number one. Cinnamon, where is Cinnamon? Give me 2 seconds. That book is fucking awesome. Okay. So yeah, this shit is the third the third series that we are publishing, me and Rob Cannon, because Rob Cannon, the artist on Freak Snow, is the editor-in-chief, and I am the publisher, of the company Happy Tank. And that's our third book, Cinnamon, getting released next week. It's amazing. Victoria Douglas, man, you need to get her on your show. She is my new favorite artist. It's just incredible what she is doing with this series. It's our first book.
People can request this at their comic shop?
On Behemoth website and comic shop. It's next week. It's going to be on the rack next week. Sell over 10,000 copies as well. So Cinnamon did really well for it's our first series. So it's super cool that Victoria's got that with us as our first series, because I saw her online. She was releasing that as a webcomics first. She did like some strip with a character of Cinnamon. And when I saw that, I said, well, I want to publish that. It's so freaking awesome, and people need to see that. So I'm really pushing Victoria right now, because I believe she is like one of the next big thing in comics. She
is. A Diamond Code?
Yeah, Diamond Code. I don't have it on me right now, but yeah.
I'll link it down in the video, but
for sure,
time, Kevin.
But yeah, and we have Turbo Kid coming out in September. That's our fourth series, which is the adaptation of the movie Turbo Kid. And we have plenty of other crazy series coming up. Super excited, and many other shit. So thank you, dude. That was a pleasure.
Yeah, where can people follow you to get all of the news of what's coming out?
Kim and Roditeli on all social media, and Happy Tank, our publishing company, everywhere.
Oh, come on. Subscribe already.
Go for it.
What are you waiting
Google
for? It's no big deal.
Follow.
Like, man, don't forget to tell them to hit that like button.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah, that too. Just subscribe.